So we are gifted differently. Children are gifted differently. Let us support them. Let us be their enabling conveyor belt. Let us help them achieve their God-intended purpose. I think one thing you should do is to encourage your child to complete their race, not to compete with anybody. There is no career that is superior to the other career. I have seen very successful doctors, but I have also seen very, very struggling doctors. I have seen very successful DJs and have also seen struggling DJs. Hi, my friend, my brother, my sister, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are watching me from, I want to welcome you to my channel, the Mind Sharpening channel by RX Kiru. This is the channel where we sharpen minds and shape destinies. Today, or this time around, I want us to start something that we have not done before, but something that I think will help us, my audience and my viewers, including myself, maybe to make something better. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about parenting. I know parenting is, there is no formula, there is no manual, there is no best fit at all parenting formula or a parenting methodology. But there are some rules or there are some procedures that we can follow, and maybe the parenting for us would be easier. That is what I believe. Now, I want us to do a book review. And before I tell you the book that we're going to review, this book is talking about parenting. It's the book that I bought some years back. It's a book that have helped me in parenting journey, and which I thought, why not share with my audience? Why not share with people who have subscribed to my channel? And to you, my subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please press that bell button, press that subscription button. Let us notify you every time we upload new videos, because we have good things in store for you, like what I'm just going to review right now. The book I want us to discuss is called Shift in Parenting, and it is authored by one Dr. Kenyajui Nganga or Dr. K.N. Jakob. Shift in Parenting. Dr. Kenyajui Nganga has 10 chapters about parenting, which I have found to be quite practical for myself. The chapter number 1 talks about understand your child. Very important. Protect your child, because if you don't protect your child, who else will? This world is somehow cruel. Train your child. Remember, children learn more by watching what we do and copying what we do, not by listening to what we tell them. Connect with your child. Very important. Communicate with your child. Listen to your child. Empathize with your child. Acknowledge your child. And reinforce character. And finally, believe in your child. Now, this is what we're gonna do. And let me first of all make a disclaimer. I don't know Dr. K.N. Jakob personally, Dr. Kenyajui Nganga. I have attended previously his seminars in Nairobi when he was here. I know now he operates in US. I usually follow him up on his YouTube channel. And we're gonna take every week to go through maybe one chapter every week. So maybe we're gonna take 10 weeks to cover the whole book. Okay? So chapter 1, understand your child. And this is the shift that should happen or that doctor is talking about, that every child should run their race on their own track, not on the fast lane. Now, the big question is, if you think about raising children today and when you are growing up, is it easier or is it difficult? If you think about the mistakes that are punished or that teachers are calling parents for to discuss at school today compared to your school days, are they the same? I remember when I was going to school, maybe some of the mistakes we did maybe were to sneaking out of school, maybe to go and buy some sweets, not tucking in shirts, not having untied hair, having unkept nails, and so on and so forth. I think today I hear about kids burning schools. I hear about kids smoking marijuana. I hear about kids bullying and maybe stabbing others, and homosexuality and all lesbianisms and all manner of behaviors that are there today. I think they were not there when I was growing up. Okay? When I was growing up, it was very interesting because communal parenting was there. Any parents would find me misbehaving and they would pinch me hard and escort me to my mother, who would again pick it up and give me some kind of a beating. I don't know what would happen today if you were to pinch your neighbor's child, if you were to decide to discipline your neighbor's child. I bet you might cool your heels in jail if you try that today. So there are so many things that have changed. Okay? When I was growing up, very few homes had TVs. In fact, those who are privileged enough to have the TVs, they were only could access one channel. I think that was Kenya Broadcasting Corporation in my country. And that channel, I think it used to open or to start operations from 12 p.m. up to around midnight. So from midnight all the way to 12 p.m. next day, there was no TV. So maybe that gave us time to be creative, gave us time to pray. I remember when I was growing up, I think the high-rise buildings in Kenya were not there. We had vast wide fields to pray. And even when I would visit my aunties who lived in towns, there would be some neighboring plots which were not developed, quite wide ones, and we would find spaces to play football. I don't know today how it is. I see kids in 4th, 5th, 7th, up to 8th floor who stay there, and the only space they have for praying and creativity is the balcony on the back of their house. Today, again, they are gadgets. We have gadgets, we have TVs, we have phones, we have iPads, and all manner of gadgets. And on top of that, high-speed internet and what we call Internet of Things. The world is interconnected. It is very easy for your child today to have a game that they are playing with another kid in a different location and in a different country. It is very possible for your child today to be sitting in yours and chatting on the phone, but they're chatting with a child who is in maybe another continent. That is a possibility, Internet of Things. But now the big question is, and the big concern for me and for all of us as parents is, how censored is the information that is being shared on this Internet of Things? How is that information censored? Can we tell for sure what our children are watching? I'm sure you have seen a cartoon or a kind of a program your kids are watching, and you try to follow through and you cannot understand a thing. Okay? You cannot understand a thing. That is how difficult it is. Today, when I was growing up, we had so many mothers who were staying at home and taking care of the kids and ensuring everything is okay. Today, we have house managers. We have working mothers and working daddies. So who is taking care of the kids? is the house manager. Is the house manager trained enough to be able to control these children? Okay? Are you able to tell what is happening with your child? That is the big question. Okay? Now, if kids spend a lot of time on gadgets, it will affect their creativity. Okay? It will hinder their creativity. It will affect their social skills. The kids on the gadgets don't argue. The kids on the gadgets don't have real issues to solve. So, how much or how do we control or how do we train our kids in terms of socialization and social life? That is a big question that we should ask ourselves. Okay? Now, understand your child. Okay? For me, what I advocate for is if you have different children, even monozygotic twins, you realize they are gifted differently. They even have different fingerprints, they think differently, and they operate differently. Now, because God did not intend us to be the same, I know you would like your kid maybe to perform very well in school, but you have to understand their learning capacity. Not all your children, there are some who you will find every kid is gifted in school for some parents, but for most of the parents, you will find the learning capacity of your child. Maybe they don't understand arithmetics, maybe they don't understand English, maybe they don't understand another subject as well as good maybe as you would like them to do. So understand your child's temperament. Okay? What do they believe in? What music do they like to listen to? What kind of friends do they hang out with? We are saying, be the guide. Don't choose for them, but be the guide. Even tell them the kind of friends they should have. You cannot choose for them who their friends will be, but you can be able to guide what kind of friends they will have. Okay? You can be able to guide because there is high probability your child will listen to you more. Okay? Don't expect your child to conform with the society expectations. I think let them be. Let them grow to what God had envisioned in them. Remember, you have been entrusted by God to provide an enabling environment for this child to prosper, for this child to go into their gifting, for this child to be able to establish themselves from the areas of God's gift, from the God has given them infinite capabilities. Provide the environment, let them discover themselves, and don't be the hindering block to your child's prosperity. To your child's prosperity. Okay? I think one thing you should do is to encourage your child to complete their race, not to compete with anybody. Because I know in Kenya when I was growing up, there were grades A, B, C, D, all the way to E. But it does not mean all the kids who got A's are the most successful kids today, and that all those who got E's are doing very badly. I think we need to interrogate that area. I know there are some people who got A's and they are struggling today. There are people who got D's and they are doing very well today. Okay? And there is no career that is superior to the other career. I have seen very successful doctors, but I have also seen very, very struggling doctors. I have seen very successful DJs and have also seen struggling DJs. I have seen very successful engineers and also struggling engineers, lawyers alike. Okay? But I have seen very successful dancers also. I have seen very successful comedians and also struggling comedians. So no career is superior to the other. Let your child be. Okay? So we need to desist from conformity, from thinking that my child, because I am a teacher, my child must become a teacher. Because I am a doctor, my child must become a doctor. No, that is not how the world is. Because remember, you did not create this child. In fact, you don't have the power to create a human being. That is power belongs to God. And we usually say, it is God who gifts, it's God who endows us with our gifts and capabilities. Okay? So, this book, Shift in Parenting, is really a good guide on. Maybe I can read one paragraph for you. It is paramount, therefore, for parents to appreciate that a child can succeed in whichever field of endeavor they choose. Success in life and in given career path are not synonymous. Success calls for discipline, hard work, persistence, good public relations, positive mental attitude, choosing the right company, and taking responsibility for one's destiny among many others. So let your child understand what they like. If your child is gifted in drama, support them to do drama. If your child is gifted in DJ, support them in DJing, support them in mixing those, take them to a good DJ school. If your child is very sharp, looks to be an aspiring doctor, support them to become a doctor. Sorry. If your child is very eloquent, very sharp, have ability to solve problems, maybe they can become lawyers, very good lawyers. If your child is outgoing, maybe they can be very good PR people. Okay? Just don't be the stubborn block. We are gifted differently. Children are gifted differently. Let us support them. Let us be their enabling conveyor belt. Let us help them achieve their God-intended purpose. So, understand your child. Next week, we go to the next chapter and we look at it. Protect your child. Protect your child. The quality of parenting is a factor of father-mother relationship. So that is the shift, that the quality of parenting is a factor of father and mother relationship. See you next week.